Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use COSRX AHA BHA Clarifying Treatment Toner. And they are using glycolic acid, which refers to AHA, and they're using the willow bark water, which is a natural form of salicylic acid, which refers to BHA. So this is a very gentle, low pH exfoliating acid toner that can be used daily in the morning and or evening, depending on your needs. And so this toner can help you to gently exfoliate the skin by loosening the dead skin cells from the skin surface, which can help you to achieve a bit more of a clearer and smoother skin. And at the same time, it helps to refreshen and soothes the skin. And so when using this toner in your skincare routine, you can keep it very simple. However, if you're planning on using it with other skincare products at the same time, then I do want to make sure that you're being aware of certain combinations before setting up your skincare routine. And so this is why I have prepared some example skincare routines, which by the way you can download in the description box down below if you find them helpful, so that you understand not only the order of application, but the whole setup and what you have to be aware of. And then after that, I want to get started with the entire application on my face so that you can see it visually when trying this out at home. So I want to keep my focus at first on a very simple, straightforward skincare routine. So if you're planning on using this one in the morning, then you're going to get started with washing your face using a suitable and gentle cleanser for your skin type and needs. Please stick to a gentle cleanser and not an exfoliating acid cleanser, because we're already using this specific exfoliating acid toner in the same routine. And then once you're done with washing your face, after that you're going to move on to COSRX AHA BHA Toner, and then it is recommended to follow with sun protection during daytime when being exposed to the sun. So either use a moisturizer that already contains SPF or use a regular sunscreen to protect the skin, since exfoliating acids can make the skin sensitive to the sun. And then when it comes to your evening skincare routine, it's basically the same without the sun protection. And so again, you're washing your face with a gentle cleanser. In this case, you may want to do a double cleanse to make sure that everything comes off if you have worn stubborn sunscreen and or makeup throughout the day. And then after that, you're using your AHA BHA toner. And then if you should feel the need, follow with a moisturizer that's working well for your skin type. And so this would be a very simple, straightforward skincare routine. However, it's fine to also use other like serums or treatments in that same skincare routine. And so if you're planning on doing so, then for your morning routine, again, wash your face with a gentle cleanser, use your toner, and then you can follow with, for example, an essence, serum, or your treatment, and then sun protection during daytime. And for the evening, it's basically the same thing, just without your sunscreen, and then you can exchange it with like a regular moisturizer if you should feel the need. And so this would be a bit more of an advanced skincare routine if you want to use other products as well. But this is also where you have to be a bit more careful with what you're going to combine it, since we are working with an exfoliating acid toner. And so this is where I recommend being careful if you should have a strong vitamin C product at home. And I'm not talking about the vitamin C derivatives. Those are usually well tolerated and they do not really have a low pH. But when it comes to low pH strong vitamin C products that contain ascorbic acid, which is the pure form of vitamin C in it, and it's more than 15% of ascorbic acid that they contain, then I recommend being careful with the combination of this toner and your strong vitamin C, because this combination does not really conflict. They can actually be used in the same routine. Like you can use this toner with your vitamin C in the same routine, but the stronger the percentage of your ascorbic acid, the more likely it can irritate the skin, where you can feel stinging or burning on the skin due to the low pH of both products and the strength of your vitamin C. And so again, please be careful with it. I mean, if you feel like it's working well for you and you're doing this routine, go ahead and do so. However, if it starts to irritate your skin, please keep them separate. And the same would apply to retinol. So if you're working with retinol and you have a retinol serum or cream that contains more than 0.3% retinol in it, then again, I recommend being careful. Not because they are conflicting with each other, but again, because it can lead to sensitivity. And so if again, it works well for you, go ahead and keep on doing it. However, if sensitivity occurs, please keep them separate, and I recommend being careful with it, especially if you should have a 1% retinol at home. Then I recommend keeping them in separate routines anyway, where you would use a toner, for example, in the morning and your strong retinol serum or strong vitamin C serum in the evening, and then there you have an example. And there's one more last thing that I do want to emphasize, and this is peptides, specifically the ordinary peptides, since they are quite popular. And it is advised to not use your peptides in the same routine when using an exfoliating acid product in the same routine due to the low pH. So please avoid using this toner in the same routine if you're using the ordinary peptides. So keep them separate, because they actually conflict with each other, where it's going to break down the peptides. And so there you have to be a bit more careful. Use your peptides in the morning and then this toner in the evening, or vice versa. So you still can use them in the same day, but just in different routines. And then there you have it, what you have to be aware of when setting up your skincare routine. And so I now want to move on to the application on my face so that you can see it step by step. And I'm going to stick to the simple routine, basically washing my face, using the toner, and then sun protection or like a moisturizer in the evening, so that you can see this entire process. And so again, when getting started with your cleansing step, which is the same step in the morning as well as in the evening, just again, may want to do a double cleanse in the evening, but then there you have it. Use a gentle cleanser for your skin type and needs. And so I'm going to use CeraVe's Hydrating Cleanser, which is, for example, great for normal to dry skin. If you should have a different gentle cleanser at home that's working well for your skin type and needs, go ahead and use that one. Just make sure that you're going to read the directions on the back of the packaging so that you know how you can properly use your cleanser. Do you have to apply it on dry on wet skin? And make sure that your cleanser does not irritate your skin nor dries out your skin in any way. It should be gentle on the skin and still at the same time is effective to remove any excess oil, dirt, sweat in the evening, makeup and or sunscreen from the skin. And so I'm going to get started with wetting my face and neck with lukewarm water to warm water, and then I'm using the cleanser onto wet skin. If your cleanser has to be applied on dry skin, then you're going to skip the wetting part and immediately applying the cleanser on dry skin. So let's go ahead and do this. Then go ahead and use about 1 to 2 pumps, or about a coin-size amount of your cleanser in the palm of your hand. Use it between your hands and then gently massage it all over your face and neck. And please make sure to read on the back of the packaging if you can use it around the eyes or if you should avoid the eye area. So, and once you have massaged your cleanser all over your face and neck for about 30 seconds to a minute, you now can go ahead and rinse it off with water. Again, I recommend using lukewarm water to warm water so that it feels comfortable on the skin and that it's easier to remove the cleanser from the skin. However, if you should have troubles removing the cleanser properly from the skin by only using your hands, you can go ahead and use a fresh and soft washcloth in between, which can help you to remove the cleanser a bit better. So now go ahead and take a fresh towel and pat the skin dry. Now once you're done with washing your face, you have pat the skin dry, you now can go ahead and immediately move on to the next step, which is applying COSRX AHA BHA Clarifying Treatment Toner. Now since this one is very light in texture, it's like water and it has a mist, you can apply it 2 different ways. Either like spritz a bit on the palm of your hand and then apply it to the skin, or you can go ahead and use a cotton pad. Whatever method you prefer, you can go ahead and do so. I do do want to make you aware of that when using it in the palm of your hand, you only need to use about 4 to 5 pumps, like to give you like a general guide, so that you have like a fair amount to properly use it all over your face and neck. However, if you're planning on using it on a cotton pad, you need to double amount of it. Otherwise, it won't be actually damp, and then you have no product to actually swipe across your face and neck. So there you need to be a bit more careful that when using it on a cotton pad, you need to use way more than if you're just using it in the palm of your hand. And when applying this exfoliating acid toner to your face and neck, please make sure that you're not getting it into your eyes nor into your mouth. If that should be the case, rinse it immediately with water. And please avoid the eye area, as well as do not get it too close to the actual mouth. So be careful when going over those areas to not get it too close, nor use it on the eyelids to make sure that no sensitivity occurs. Then use it between your hands and then gently swipe it across your face and neck. So, and once you have applied it all over your face and neck, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now, if this is going to be your evening skincare routine, you can keep it very simple and just wash your face with your cleanser and then use the AHA BHA toner, and there you have it. You do not necessarily need to use a moisturizer afterwards in your evening skincare routine if you do not feel the need. However, of course, depending on your skin type and needs, after you have applied your AHA BHA toner to your face, give it about 30 seconds to a minute so that it has time to absorb into the skin, and then move on to the next step, which in the evening you can go ahead and use a suitable moisturizer for your skin type and needs. This is just one example. If you have a different moisturizer at home and you feel the need of using one, go ahead and do so. And then when using your moisturizer, use about a pea-size amount, more or less, just as a general guide, on your fingertips. If you have a drier skin type, you may want to use a bit more. Then go ahead, use it on your fingertips, use it between your fingertips, and then apply it on top of your AHA BHA toner, because it has already absorbed on the skin. Then you can immediately move on to your moisturizer application. And then there you have it. This would be an example of an evening skincare routine. There's no sunscreen needed. However, again, during daytime, it is advised to follow with sun protection. So it doesn't matter if you're using your AHA BHA toner in the morning or evening, you need to protect the skin with sunscreen during daytime. And so this can either be a moisturizer that already contains SPF or your regular sunscreen. And then you're going to apply 10 to 15 minutes before sun exposure. And please do not forget to reapply throughout the day, especially if you have been in the sun for several hours where the sunscreen can break down, or where you have done like outdoor activities where you sweat a lot, you went for a swim, where the sunscreen can move around or wear off. Then the reapplication is necessary to make sure that you can keep the protection going. Not only to protect your skin from premature aging or from sun damaged skin, but at the same time from sunburn, since you're using an exfoliant which can make the skin sensitive to the sun. And so I'm going to use as an example CeraVe's AM Facial Moisturizing Lotion, which also contains an SPF of 30. Of course, if you have a different sunscreen that works really well for your skin type and needs, feels comfortable on the skin, does not irritate your skin in any way, go ahead and use that one. For your face and neck, use about half a teaspoon, more or less. If you want to include your décolletage as well, use about 1 teaspoon. So this is like a general guide, and if you feel the need, you can use a teaspoon as well so that you can measure it. But this is like a great guide to give you an idea of that you actually need to use a fair amount to properly blend it all over to protect the skin evenly when distributing the sunscreen all over. And so I'm going to use it immediately in the palm of my hand. So once you know how much this is going to be, you can also just use it immediately in the palm of your hand, about that much, more or less. And then you can evenly apply it all over your face, neck and décolletage if that's being exposed to the sun as well. Now I do want to make you aware of that the teaspoon guide is a general guide. If you should experience like that it's not enough, go ahead and use a bit more. If you feel like you have used too much because you have so much left of it, then by the next time you know, you can reduce it a bit. Just use enough so that you can properly and evenly apply it all over. Now, once you have applied your sunscreen all over, then this is the last step in your morning skincare routine. And there you have an example of how you can properly use COSRX AHA BHA Clarifying Treatment Toner in your skincare routine. And again, I do want to make you aware of that if you find those example routines helpful, which I have shared with you earlier in the video, you can download them in the description box down below and use it as a guide if you find them helpful. And this is what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it and if you find it helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well as share it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye.